Hey, everybody. Welcome to our team call. I'm Michelle Stuchel, and it is March the 6th, and I'm so excited for this month. Historically, March is a great month for our businesses. Last year, if you remember, this was the Remarkable month. I think this was the Remarkable month. Raise your hand if you earned a Remarkable tablet. It was an incredible month and one of our highest months ever. And it was so funny because at the beginning of that month, people were like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get 6 joins? And then guess what? People were busting out Remarkable tablets left and right. Because here's the thing. Once you make a decision, your brain will figure out how to make it happen. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. But it does take a decision. And the Latin root of the word decision means to cut off, to cut away. When you're making a decision, you are cutting away all other options. So I really, 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 really hope that all of you have made the decision to go for the iPad because it is so doable. I'm going to share my screen. Let me go back. Let's see. I don't want to present and record. I want to, hold on a sec. I just want to present. Why is that? I don't want to record. Well, this is weird. Okay. No, I don't. This is so bizarre. Present. Present. Okay. Much better. But now I've got to minimize. Sorry, guys. To Zoom. That was really weird. Okay, share screen. Okay, can you guys see my screen? Deborah, you can see it? Okay, great. Okay, so let me minimize that and go back to present. Oh, bless America. It left the presenting. Let's try this again. This is really weird. Present. Maybe Canva update. Okay, March 2023, the right actions. Okay, so this month, our incentive is for, the iPad. And you can get this one of 2 ways. You can either have 6 joins or 3 joins and 1 level 1 rank up. This can mean a new silver, a new gold, a new senior silver, any level 1 that ranks up on your team plus 3 joins. Now, I want everybody to get 6 joins, okay? But really, what I would really love is for all of you to get 3 joins and have 1 person rank up, because that means that there is incredible growth happening on your team. Now, I will say this, you have the opportunity to earn 2 iPads. You could get 6 joins and have 2 rank ups. You could do 9 joins and 1 rank up. You could do, is that it? Or you can do 12 joins and have 2 iPads. Our company is so incredibly generous. And for someone who is just starting out, if they got 6 joins, they're going to earn over $440 and a brand new iPad 10. And I don't know if you've shopped for iPads recently, but they are not cheap. And with summer coming up and road trips, iPads are a blessing, and we'll just put it that way. So what does this mean, friends? What this means, and remember, this is month 3 of convention contest. I hope you are all registered for convention in Nashville. And that is one of the most important investments in your business that you can make. And here's what I'll say. You will not find a jewel in this company that is working their business that is not at convention. It is one of the single biggest investments in your business and the single biggest infusions of belief that you will have. If 80% of this business is belief and convention is the number 1 infusion of belief, you need to be at convention, and it is going to be amazing. Okay. So this is the 3rd month of the convention contest, and you're going to get points for every incentive you earn. You're going to get points for every join that you have. What this means, friends, is that this is the time for action. This is the time to be messaging people. And I'm not a huge fan of giving you exact numbers, because some of you can send out 10 messages and have 10 people respond. Some of you can send out 30 and only one person responds. You have to figure out your own norms and what is the amount of messages you need to send to get people open to looking at our products in our business. Okay. And if you don't know how to do that, if you haven't been tracking your numbers, so you have a personal average, please talk to your sponsor and she can help you to know what level of activity you need to be taking. I'm not just going to blanket say, send out 60 messages or 100 messages, because to some of you, you really don't need that many. But what you need to do is the level of activity to get the results that you want. And only you know that. Talk to your sponsors if you don't know what that is. So I would be front loading all of your new reach outs to be done by the end of this week, and then engage in the follow-up process. And let me just say, friends, this is also why we are always adding new contacts to your funnel, at least like 3 times a day. I mean, not 3 times a day. If you add 3 people a week, new friends a week, or one day you sit and you go through lists and you add 15 new people, it is really critical that you continue to add new people to your funnel on a weekly basis or a daily basis, so you always have new people to talk to, okay? So we're gonna front load new messages, and then we're gonna be able to follow up with them because it's critical to get the results, okay? Let's see. Hello. Okay, so what are we gonna be doing? You are gonna be posting every single day, okay? And ideally, here's the thing, facts tell, stories sell. So I would love for you to have a testimony about the products or about the business. And here are the most effective ones. And I got to admit, I went back through my wall and I've been posting a heck of a lot about the opportunity, and I need to be better about posting. I do a lot of talking about the products in my stories, and I would encourage you to do both in your stories and on your wall, okay? And testimonies really are the most effective. Now, if you've been to an event, you've probably taken some selfies with people on our team. And so I would encourage you, for example, Angela's story. If you've ever taken a picture with Angela, put the picture of you and Angela up and then write her story. If you've taken a picture with me, post my story with the picture of the 2 of us. And this is why whenever you have an event or you get together with somebody, you should be taking pictures with these people so that you have pictures and content to use for your social media, okay? So stories and testimonies are critical. And quite frankly, the testimonies that I love the most are the ones that combine the business and the products, okay? Now, we do not want, let me repeat, you do not want your wall to be a Plexus advertisement. Go back to your wall, and if your wall looks like Plexus, 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 sale, 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 join me, join me, join me, open mouth, without adding value, you need to do some work on your social media. People, it's the likability factor. People want to know if they can trust you, like you, and if you can help them. And the quickest way to gain influence with somebody is to add value to them. And if all you're doing is talking about Plexus, and granted, we know the gift that we have with people, right? We know that Plexus is a game changer. We know the gift that we have on our hands. But if you're adding value, and we just did a whole course on this at the beginning of the year, educating, equipping, empowering, helping people to laugh, add value on your wall. So the rule of thumb is 2 personal posts to 1 Plexus post. That means, guess what? You're more active on social media, okay? To get more traffic. Add so much value that people want to join you. Whoops. Okay, now let me tell you this. We've got this iPad incentive, right? Everybody wants the iPad, right? But let me tell you, the goal is not the iPad. The goal is Joule status. So yes, you want the iPad, but don't just be going for the low-hanging fruit. Consistent action over time is the name of the game. If you become a Joule, you can buy as many iPads as you want. So when I'm talking about posting every day, you still want to post about the products, and you still want to recruit for both the products and the business. Just because we've got this iPad incentive doesn't mean that you stop talking about the opportunity. If those of you that have big goals, you're going for both and you have to have both things moving forward. Leah often does this in her messages by saying, you know, the opportunity and the products have been such a blessing to me. Are you open to taking a look? And then when they come back and say yes, she says, oh, well, I'm curious, which are you open to hearing about, the products, the opportunity, or both? There are simple ways to do it. But remember, we're not just talking about products. We have two solutions that we're offering with Plexus: life-changing gut health products and life-changing income in a business. So consistency is the name of the game, but there are times where we're in the middle of a contest, you've got this incentive. There are times and seasons where you couple consistency with intensity to get the desired result. Some of you are working to hit jewel status by the end of July. You want to double your rank or double the size of your team or triple it. That calls for consistency plus intensity. Now, that's not sustainable over the long term, but for a short term, you can do that. You can really do anything you set your mind to. The question is, what are you going to decide and what do you want? Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about the actual nuts and bolts of what it looks like to be reaching out about the products, okay? Hey, Madison, I'll put this in the team page, and I'll probably copy these and put them in the IPA chat. Okay. Hey, Madison, happy Monday. How was your weekend? We went to our first hockey game this weekend. It was so much fun. Comment on something from their wall, make a connection. I'm curious to know if anyone has ever taken the time to share Plexus products with you or if you've ever tried them. I've been loving these plant-based products for almost 6 years and enjoy sharing them with other women. I have no clue if this is something you'd be open to or not, but I love to send you some info if you're open to taking a look. Okay. Great message. All righty. Hey, Madison, same thing. How was your weekend? Connect, comment on something from their wall. Okay. You don't want to send this message if their dog just died. Do you see what I'm saying? Connect. I'm not sure if you've seen my posts with my favorite pink drink. It's helped me as a busy wife and mom the past 6 years. I thought maybe it would help you too. I'd love to send you some info if you're open to it. Simple. Okay, same opening connection. This may or may not be for you, but with swimsuit season around the corner and so many prioritizing their gut health, I thought I'd send you a message to see if you were open to checking out info on the plant-based products I've been using and loving and how they could help you. If I sent you some information, would you check it out? Easy. Okay. Now, sample message for someone who is watching your stories. Now, I hope you guys are looking at who is looking at your stories, because that is a repository of new contacts, okay? Thanks for checking out my stories. I really appreciate the support. Connect with them. I'm not sure if you've heard of Plexus before, but I thought maybe the products could help you with your current health goals. They're clean, plant-based, help with sugar cravings, stubborn weight, mood. Oh, I need a comma in there. Hormone balance, energy, better sleep, improved health, digestion, and more. Game changer for sure. If I sent you some info, would you take a look? Simple. Okay, so those are the sample first messages. Okay, so how do you know when to follow up? Okay, this is also in my recruiting and following up personal video, personally. Okay, assume they're going to ignore you. They're going to ignore you. Okay, totally common. Don't read anything into it. Okay, if they haven't answered you within 2 days, you can hop back in and say, hey, Amy, happy Thursday. How's your week been? I know life is crazy busy for everyone. I'm curious if you got my last message and what your thoughts are. Now, if they still ignore you, put them on the list to engage on their posts like once a week, in their stories as well, and then follow up with them in 1 or 2 months. Just assume that the timing isn't right for them, okay? You just continue to engage them in their stories and on their wall, and then 1 or 2 months. And if they say yes, say, okay, great. What about your health or the way you feel? Do you want to change? And then you can send a tool, a testimony, a video, and ask then what they like the best and what they could relate to. And then, friends, you have to ask for the clothes. You have to ask if they're ready to order, and then remind them this month they're going to get a free bag of Berry Active, which is a great, great perk. Okay, so that is how you get the ball rolling. This is not a recruiting video 101. We've got plenty of tools on how to recruit, but you've got to be taking the actions. You've got to be planting the seeds and watering them for God to bring the harvest. And here's the thing, you work like it depends on you and you pray like it depends on God, because ultimately it does. And you've got a part and God has a part. And then you call these people in by faith. You pray for them, you thank the Lord for them, and then you work the process. You work the process, and then you trust the process, okay? And here's the thing, friends, you can do this. So many of you understand this because last year you thought, 6 joins for remarkable, oh my gosh, and then you did it. You just made the decision to do what it took, and you can do more than you imagine. Did you know that? You can achieve and work harder and achieve more than you ever thought possible if you make the decision to do so. But it starts with the decision. And that's the amazing thing, is that once you make the decision, your brain will kick into high gear, how to figure out how to make it happen. Okay. And Henry Cloud said this, the most important step to you achieving your dreams is the belief that it can happen. Friends, you can earn this. There is no reason why all of you cannot earn this iPad. None. You can do this. Okay? It can happen. So, and imagine this. A lot of you have had big recruiting months over the past couple of weeks. You're also going to be wanting to tell all of your happy product users what's available to them. Can you imagine if, say you had 3 joins last month and the month before, 6 new people. Can you imagine if just 2 of them decided to go for the iPad? That means 12 new people added to your team. What would that do for your points? What would that do for your rank? What would that do for your business? This could totally catapult you into momentum. But it starts right here, right between your 2 ears, right? Okay. So what are the right actions to be taking, friends? Because remember, the goal is Joule status. The goal is not the iPad, even though you can earn the iPad, right? Okay, number 1, recruit. You're going to front load your new messages. Have people join your team. Now, friends, recruiting isn't worth a ding-dong thing if you're not going to keep these people. Retaining is so important, and that requires a connection. It does not require hours and hours and hours on the phone, but it does require following the retention system and then making a personal connection. You're going to be hearing more about this. I'm going to be doing a live in the team page tomorrow and over the next couple of days, but we're going to be starting to institute retention power hours, because let's just face it, I don't like doing retention. It is not my favorite thing to do, but we all like the shiny things. We like to date. We have the butterflies, right? We love to date. We love the recruiting. We love the incentives. And then 5 years into the marriage and they wake up with bad breath, right? Retention isn't necessarily the most sexy thing, but it is really sexy if you continue to build a residual income. But we don't talk about it like that. Like nobody, if you hit the next rank, that says, oh, you did such a great job on retention. But retention is the very thing that you need to get you there, because it's easier to have a person that's ordered continue to order than to get a new person to order. Did you realize that? So you'll be hearing more about this later, but what if you just sent 3 retention messages a day? Quick, you just printed out your level 1 list and you just sent a message. Hey friend, I was thinking about you. How can I be praying for you? I listened to this podcast and I thought of you. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know about your routine. I really want to connect with you and hear from you. You're just on my mind. Boom. Easy. That took all of 30 seconds. What if you did that 3 messages a day for your level 1s and you let them know that you're loving on them? Leah's going to be doing a whole call on this next Monday night about building connection, adding value, because it's really a drag when you're sweating and working really hard to get a join and then they just go away. We don't want to be those people. We want to be faithful with these people, right? Okay, so you got to retain your people. And then duplication, helping other people share. We make this really complicated and it's not. What are the right actions for this month? Recruiting, retaining, and duplicating. Tell your level ones and prospects what's available to them this month. Make sure that they know. And I say it like this. I just said this on the coaching call. I want you to know what's available to you this month. When 6 people use your referral link this month, you're going to earn over $440 and a brand new iPad 10. So whether your goal is to earn that or earn, $500 a month or a car payment or a mortgage payment, or you really want to go for financial freedom like I'm doing, just know that all of that is available to you. What are your thoughts about that? Let them know. And listen, you don't have to be there to tell them where you're going. I'm going to Nashville in the summer. I don't have to be there to tell people that I'm going there. I can say, come with me. Do you see what I'm saying? What are the right actions? And how are you going to do this, friends? By naming your hours. Because you'll never just do retention, right? At least I won't. It's not something I want to do. But if I write it down and I know that that's the very thing that's going to help me achieve my dream, I'm going to do it, right? Okay. Recruit, retain, duplicate. Oh, that was okay, stop share. So what do you need to know? What you need to know is that you can do this, friend. People, especially now, are hungry for hope. They're hungry for hope. They're hungry to hear that there's a different way. They're hungry to know that there's more streams of income. They're hungry. They're up Googling how to make money from home. They're wondering if they're going to have to be on prescription meds their whole life. What if you believed that God has people waiting for you that are praying for the answer that you have? I bet it would change the way that you approach your IPA. I bet if you believed that people desperately need this income and this opportunity, that it would change the way that you approach this. And it's true, because they do. And this is not for the special, it's for the people that will take action and get uncomfortable and step out. You can do this. You can do this. Remember what's normal. It is normal for 1 out of 10 people to respond to you. It is normal for it to take 8 to 12 exposures for someone to make a purchasing decision. And it's normal for it to take a little bit longer than that for someone to join you for the business. So just understand what's normal. If you dip your big toe in it, you're going to get big toe results. If you talk to more people, you're going to increase the odds. So say that you're only messaging 2 people a day, 5 days a week. That means over a week, you've sent out 10 messages. 1 out of that 10 is going to respond to you. And then it's going to take 8 to 12 exposures. To me, that would be deflating. So what do? I just up my numbers. Again, some of you are just starting out and you may not have to send that many messages to get the results that you want. Others of you have been in this a long time and you may be in your colder market and you may need to send that volume out. But just know that God has your people for you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to pray about it. I want you to call them forth. I want you to thank God in advance for your people, for your joins, for where you want to be, and envision what it's going to feel like when you wake up on April 1st and you see your graphic with the iPad. When you see, that you've done it, when you see that you've had a level 1 rank up, because it'll change everything. So it's pretty simple tonight. The right actions: recruit, retain, and teach others to do the same. And just know that you can do it, friends. So let's do it. Can you imagine the momentum that you can create on your team? And it starts with you. Momentum is an energy, and it's just another word for belief. You can do it, friends. That's all I got. I hope you have a great time. Stay tuned for Power Hours coming up. And we'll talk to you all later. Have a great night, everybody.